Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content, and today we are running a Rakdos tree combo deck. So this deck has been around for a while, started out as a bit of a meme I think, but it has recently put up some not bad and pretty decent results in online challenges, so we may as well try and give it a go. So it's based around the idea, the deck is based around Tree of Perdition, thankfully downshifted from Mythic to Rare in Shadows over Innistrad Remastered, because I think if I'd had to spend 4 Mythic wildcards on this it would have made me quite sad. But it's a 0-13 with Defender, and you can tap as an activated ability, exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness. So normally just making the opponent's life 13 isn't particularly interesting, but when combined with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which is a card that when you exile cards from a graveyard and target creatures that you control with the +1/+1 counters, they gain all the activated abilities of the creatures exiled with it. So if we have a Tree of Perdition in the graveyard, we can exile it with Soul Cauldron, target one of our other creatures, and then it gains that ability. And that creature, for example, like Voldalian Thrillseeker or Bloodtithe Harvester, will have a much lower toughness. We can make the opponent's life total 2, 3, something like that, and then very quickly kind of close out the game. So that's the idea behind the combo. We also have some protection for it given the amount of graveyard hate there is in the format, with Marvin Murderous Mimic, which is a 2/2 for 2 legendary artifact toy, has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So we can do a kind of on the battlefield version of this combo as well. If we get Marvin down, play a Tree of Perdition, and then use its ability that way instead. And then there are various ways of finishing off the opponent, perhaps with a Thrillseeker using its sacrifice ability, or just kind of attacking them with a creature, stomping them with Bone Crusher Giant, whatever it may be. But the kind of point is it's much easier to do that when they're at 2 life than they would be if they were at 13. And then the rest of the deck, it can kind of function on its own because it's just kind of playing Rakdos good cards. So yes, the combo itself is a little bit fiddly and might not always work particularly reliably, but the other cards in the deck are kind of good enough to compensate for that. So we've got the kind of classic black 1-drops with Thoughtseize, Fatal Push and Duress, so some early interaction. Then Fear of Missing Out and Bloodtithe Harvesters as our powerful 2-drops, both kind of good creatures by themselves, but Fear of Missing Out obviously allows you to discard a card. Bloodtithe Harvester comes with a blood token that also allows you to discard a card. So good ways of getting Tree of Perdition into the graveyard. Same with Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Obviously its second chapter is a rummage effect. So yeah, there are lots of different ways of potentially doing this, so that we don't have to kind of sit with a tree stranded in our hand for too long, hopefully. A couple of Bone Crusher Giants, just a very good mid-range creature. And then, yeah, as I said, a Voldaren Thrillseeker, which kind of forms a kind of win condition with the tree combo by itself. You target this with the +1/+1 counter, you make the opponent's life total 2, and then you just sacrifice this for 1 mana. Can kind of do it all in one package. And then the trees, obviously, are our 4-drops. In terms of the mana base, red black dual lands, couple of surveil lands, although it doesn't synergize that neatly with all of our 1-drops. The ability to potentially surveil a tree into the graveyard is quite powerful. A couple of basic lands as well, a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, a Takenuma, a Soken-Zan, so your kind of classic creature and utility lands in black-red. A Fountain Port, just a good way of just dirtling around and generating value, and a couple of Mutavaults as well. In the sideboard, so we got some additional hand disruption. Obviously, we want to kind of keep the opponent off anything that interacts with our graveyard or stops us doing our thing. Chandra's Defeat, Torch the Tower, Bitter Triumph, all good removal spells depending on the particular matchup that we have. Withering Torment is enchantment removal in black, which doesn't come up very often, so a useful addition to the deck. Kolagon's Command, often a good 2-for-1 spell, disrupting the opponent's hand, destroying artifacts, killing creatures. And we got 3 copies of Obnixilis the Adversary. Sacrifice a creature alongside this, and you get a token copy of it, and then you can kind of do various shenanigans with it, make the opponent lose life, gain some life, create devil tokens, and hopefully at some point perhaps eventually ultimate it. And then kind of our alternative, going a bit aggro win condition, is a couple of copies of Hazaret the Fervent. So 5/4 indestructible haste, can't attack or block unless you have one or fewer cards in your hand. But again, this is the kind of deck, quite low to the ground. We will often just kind of play out our hand pretty quickly. So yeah, that is the deck. As I say, it's been surprisingly good in recent iterations. So let's see what this can do on the ladder in Explorer. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go on to the ladder. Okay, we don't have either of the bits of our combos. This is more just kind of traditionally what Rakdos looks like, which is fine. So I think we'll start with a Surveil land. Don't need another push, really, in the market for just some lands. Swift Spear is fine, and yes, I like not having to shock in a land here. Just as the opponent's playing mono red. Let's take their light up the stage. I think that is a reasonable way of just stranding them on card advantage. Will they play their Soulscar Mage, I think is the question here, and they do. So not necessarily that interested in getting the value off the +1/+1 counter. That's fine, that's burn that's not directed at our face. Ah dear. That is a shame. Soul Cauldron, not that interesting at the moment, I don't think. So I think I'll put Fear of Missing Out down. Discard Thrill Seeker, hoping to find another land. Oof, that was just about the worst possible outcome. Nope, still nothing. Okay, well at least they don't have any spells to slingshot off the slick shot, as it were. It's only a matter of time before they draw one. So we're going to have to move quite quickly here. Harvester. We'll play Marvin as well, just in case we draw Tree of Perdition next turn. So I think I could attack with one Fear of Missing Out here. Yeah, happy to take the double block. I'll take out that Soulscar Mage because that can grow. Okay, I'm not quite dead based on what they have right now. So I go to 2. Okay, that's not a tree. Is there any other way of winning if I don't draw a tree? Not really. No, I won't do it either. So I could kill both of those. Nope, fair enough. Okay, so I want Chandra's defeat, torch the tower, Kolagon's command, just as some additional interaction. Thrill Seeker all seems a bit too slow. Do I want... Yeah, I'll trim a couple of Thought Seizes for Duresses, just because they're life neutral. I think that's fine. Okay, we got one bit of the combo, I suppose. Get Harvester down. No attacks. Okay, we like to see that. In which case, fire off a Duress, have a look in their hand. Yep, take Wizard's Lightning. Play Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Do I just want to kill the Swift Spear now? I don't think so. No, not while we've got Kolagon's command. So I'll skewer the critics. Play Kolagon's command. Return a creature, do 2 damage to a target, return that, kill that. Play Mutavault. Hold up. Blood token. My mouse is being uncooperative. Dum. Okay, so if I can get Tree into the graveyard, then we have something potentially going on here. So Fountain Port into play, Harvester. Don't think we need to do this right now. So I'll pass the turn. And I'll light up the stage, sure thing. See what they draw. 2 lands, that's good news. Tree of Perdition in the graveyard. Soul Cauldron activation. On our Harvester, so we can make their life total 3. Which I think we should do now. Well, we don't need to do it right now, actually. Yeah, play Mimic. What does this do? Create a fish token. No, I think I'll just hold up the Mutavault activation. Mono faces Kakazan, sure thing. Right, so exile. Put a counter on Mimic. Now we'll make their life total 3. This becomes a 421. Seems good. Now let's start threatening their life total a little, I think, here. Excellent. Okay, took me a minute, but I did get there in the end. Do I want Odd Nixels in this matchup? I don't think so. I think this is a reasonable configuration of the deck, actually. It is going to be harder on the draw, no doubt about it, but hopefully the early interaction can still get us where we need to be. It's a pretty bad hand. I have a few redraws. I think that's a mulligan. This definitely is. Okay, so I'll put back Fear of Missing Out. No, I mean Fable and Duress. Yeah, and we're kind of just all in on doing the combo now. Going to 5 doesn't feel great. Well, I suppose we got the combo. Will it be enough is the question. Okay, I'm going to want push for that. So sadly I'm just going to have to take my beatings a little here. Well, Duress is a good... So, is this a wizard? Yes it is, so I'll take their Wizard's Lightning. And I'll say go. Yep. Push the show off. Now I'll play FOMO. Discarding Tree. Okay. That's fine. Play another FOMO. Discarding duplicate Agatha Soul Cauldron. Yep, land is good. Soul Cauldron. So go. So it can get me down to 9 life here, which is probably not enough. Maybe I'll kill the Swift Spear. Then exile Tree of Perdition. A counter on FOMO. My turn. And I mean, there's no point doing this because it's Slickshot Shell's pretty good. I'll block that, take one. And then they're just dead, because I'll activate the tree. Excellent! Tree of Perdition, doing its thing. All it needed was the opponent massively flooding out. A little awkward in terms of mana, but if we draw a red source, this hand's not too bad. I suppose the alternative is I keep... No, I think turn 1 Thoughtseize is good enough. Okay, so there are more traditional black-red deck by the look of it. So I'll get Agatha's Soul Cauldron down. Still need a Tree of Perdition. Hopefully that will come sooner rather than later. There it is indeed. Okay, how should we do this? I should have exiled with Soul Cauldron at the end of turn there. Don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. I need a discard out of this Tree of Perdition. Like that. Okay. I have nothing worth taking. But they can see what I'm doing, at least. So that gives them some way to play around it. Da-da-dum. Get Bone Crusher onto the battlefield. Let's exile the Harvester. Grow the Bone Crusher. That's fine. It's a removal spell that's not being used at my combo pieces. Yeah, push is pretty good. So I'll get one Thrill Seeker down just to have a 3/3 on the battlefield. I don't think I need to use its ability quite yet. Ooh, that is a mistake. All they've done is just cost themselves 2 creatures there. Okay, Ritual Chamber can at least be killed by a Fatal Push. So I'll get rid of their Fear of Missing Out. That doesn't have any activated abilities. And Fable of the Mirror Breaker is a discard outlet. So we're very nearly where we need to be now. Just see if the opponent is able to draw anything. Their own Fable is not bad. Pardon me. Wow. Didn't even let me do it. Outrageous. So, they're on Rakdos Demons, so duress on the... yeah, 2 duresses on the draw. Bitter Triumph. Withering Torment, definitely. Torch the Tower is decent enough. So they will probably board in some Graveyard Hate, so I should keep the Mimics around, just in case. Bone Crusher's quite good. Yeah, I mean, this is... shame, really. It's all quite good. Well, maybe I'll wait to see if the Graveyard Hit comes in first. Just quite hard to know what to take out, to be honest. I mean, Truning Fable seems like madness. Maybe one of these two, Fear of Missing Out, or... we got a lot of 3-drops for the draw. I am going to take the Thrill Seekers out, actually, on the draw. They're a bit too vulnerable to removal. Yep, this is a decent enough hand. Fear of Missing Out, Tree of Perdition. This Surveil Land's a little bit awkward in a hand like this. I think I'm going to save the Thought... am I going to save the Thoughtseize? Yes, I think I am. For the next turn. Right, we'll start with Seize. Well, I need to get rid of Liliana, because that's going to cause me infinite problems if I don't. So that could go, and then I think Fable can go with the Duress, and just leave them with removal, which is fine. Okay. Not bad. So I'll get my own FOMO down. Discard Tree of Perdition. Land is decent. Oh yeah, that's fun. It's a useful little interaction with their Urborg there. Can't complain about that too much. Ooh, now this is a difficult choice. Do I cut down on their mana or let them have 2 attacks? I feel like the mana is more important. I'm willing to be persuaded that that was the wrong thing to do. Right, let's go another looking in their hand. Take their unlicensed Terse. So again, they'll get me down to 8 here. It's tough. And they're drawing so many cards is the problem. It's a hell of a top deck. But Fable... shame there. It was all looking quite good before they ripped the Annex. Oh well, never mind. Don't think I'm going to get through this one unscathed. Yep. Don't need either of those. Yeah, Tree and Fear of Missing Out can go. Okay, well, I'm dead, aren't I? Because, like, I can push one creature, but then they'll just create a demon and kill me with the Annex Drain. Don't think there's any way of gaining life. Oh, we just couldn't quite get there in that game. Yeah, if I'd been able to Thought Seize that, it would have been a good time. So we'll put back in a couple of Thrill Seekers. Take out Bitter Triumph, I think. Stick with the 2 Duresses as we are on the play this time. Yeah, bitterness. Annex off the top. What a world. Yeah, yeah, I'll take the Thought Seize. I don't really want to lose my Fear of Missing Out. Don't really want to keep all of these lands, but this is kind of what we're here to do. Okay, that's a pretty decent draw. Well, they didn't have that, did they? Good lord. I mean, talk about getting the cards they need off the top of the library. Okay, looks like we are back to plan whatever it is, which is panic. Takaduma and these can both go. Do I want to play FOMO number 2? No, I think I'll just get Thrill Seeker down. Because I might potentially be able to use FOMO later as just a card draw. Okay. Tree of Perdition. Doesn't look great in this matchup. So let's get another Fear. Discard Tree. I will play Soul Cauldron. And I'll have to respond with, yep. Get ahead. I mean, at least with potentially, well, potentially nothing. I was going to say potentially copying Thrill Seekers might get us somewhere, but you can't be allowed to do that. Okay, Thought Seize. Let's pick off the Annex now, I think. Huh. Yikes. Well, I think I'm going to have to take Invoke Despair instead. Oh my god, the opponent just... What are these draws, for goodness sake? Nothing you can really do against this. So I get the life trigger off activating Mutavault. So I'll go to 4 when I draw my card. Oh, that's really annoying. Right, one more time. Yeah, right. It's a wild hand, but I kind of love it. Oh, an early spell pierce. Well, let's get Harvester down. Okay, so it's Phoenix. Well, our Agatha Soul Cauldrons will hopefully come in handy in this matchup. Speaking of which, yes, I think let's get that down now before they start discarding Phoenixes. Okay, that's fine. Do they have the third card is the question. Looks like they do. Okay. So they'll be able to get one Phoenix back, which is not the worst thing. So I'll ditch one Fear of Missing Out. Okay, so we have a future answer for Phoenix, but I think waiting until we can then Soul is probably the right thing to do. Okay, here comes Treasure Cruise. So that will give them a full grip of cards again. That's fine. So I'll... Do I have any creatures? Yes, I've got a Fear of Missing Out, so I may as well take that and grow my own. Thrill Seeker. So I'm building the combo. Still need a little bit more action, so we'll fire off a stomp on their Phoenix. Get a Bone Crusher Giant into play. Okay. And no more Phoenixes is good. That's fine. So they are within range of a Thrill Seeker happening soon. Words, I'm good at grammar, me. Okay, you may continue. Interesting, they didn't want their Into the Flood more. And they didn't want Fire Impulse either. So what are they waiting for is the question. Chomp on Phoenix. I will target my fear of missing out here, because if they do have another impulse, then they can respond with a kill spell. That's fine. Still exiles the Phoenix. Okay, they're going all in on so I think, what can we do here? Let's play Thrill Seeker. Or are we playing Fear of Missing Out and seeing what we draw? Yeah, because I don't think I need both Thrill Seekers. Push is not bad. So maybe I'll keep Thrill Seeker in my hand. No, I'll play it. Just get some presence on the board. So they've got another treasure cruise, which is super annoying. Yep. Land it is. And again? Why not? Play all the cruises all the time. themselves if they're not careful. Oh, they really are determined to do all the things, aren't they? Well, I'm a patient man. So let's exile one Phoenix. What are you timing me out for? They're the one taking all the game actions. Okay, surely I must be able to kill them here. Yeah, if I exile any creature. Let's say Fear of Missing Out. Grow the Thrill Seeker. Fatal Push that. And we did. Torch the Tower is good. Hand Disruption is not good against what they're doing. But what is? Chandra's Defeat is okay. It doesn't exile Phoenix, is the problem. Kolagon's Command doesn't really hit there. Well, Withering Torment hits there. Artist Talent. Hazoret maybe on the play. You know, I'm going to put in a couple of Obnixiluses. I think the Devils actually have the potential to be not too bad. Well, we've got various bits of our combo here. No Soul Cauldron is a shame. Then did I even show them a Tree of Perdition in the last game? I don't think I did. I don't think they necessarily know what I'm doing. Do need a third land. Start getting Fables into play, I think. Very good. So they undoubtedly have a Picklock Prankster here. But to play it, they are going to have to let me have a Fable. Nope. Okay, no Prankster for them. So they've almost got what they need to cruise. Which I suspect shall be their third spell for the turn. Fair enough. Well, I'm definitely getting Fable out now. Just because I need the discards. I'm beginning to wonder if I want to try and do the Marvin way of doing this. Because there's no Soul Cauldrons coming. So yeah, let's discard 2 Fear of Missing Out. Oh, God. Hello, is there any land in this deck? Sure thing. Well, I suppose if we hit a land drop, we can always play it. Nope, that's not a land either. I'll take 3. That's also not a land. I shall push that while the ability is enabled. And I think let's get a Marvin down, just in case we're able to do the tree thing next turn. You never know, we might draw a land sometime before the end of time. No, they're just killing all my stuff. So I go to 8. I mean, what can you do? Just ridiculous. Okay, Fable it is. Okay, there's the Soul Cauldron. So these 2 can go. Now... what's the best way of doing this? I think we need Soul Cauldron down now. Okay. Respond with that. If we had drawn a land at any point during the last, I don't know, 20 turns or however many it's been. Not sure what I can do. Well, I can play Thrill Seeker. Okay. then I've got to say go. There's a way of doing this. There must be a way of doing this. Not like that. Okay, opt is not the worst if they just don't hit anything good. And again. 2, 3, 4. Does Spell Pierce stop me? I don't think it does. Okay, let's pop off the... Let's kill that. Do they have any Phoenixes in their yard? Nope. In which case, go to end step. Turn this into a creature. Fire off Soul Cauldron, exiling my Tree of Perdition, which is somewhere here. Then I think this works, so turn this into a creature. Use the ability. Play Thrill Seeker. Pump it up. Sax Thrill Seeker. Oh my god, it worked. Okay, I will take that after what was not, which was a fairly frustrating mid-game there. So, again, I'm not massively convinced that this deck has the legs. It's fun. I mean, it's definitely fun to kind of do your own side quest and all of the rest of it. But you are, I mean, like the Soul Cauldrons, the trees. Without, if your combo's being disrupted or you don't have it, it's a very frustrating lot of nothing that you've got going on there. And these cards are all good, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend you take it to a tournament, but it is good fun to play. So if you have the cards, then I mean, it's a laugh if nothing else. And ultimately, that's why we're all here. You know, I don't play Magic competitively. Probably most of the people watching this don't either. So it's all about enjoying yourself. And we certainly enjoyed ourselves there. So yeah, Tree of Perdition. Love the tree. Love the combo. And yeah, that's the deck. So here it's the deck list one more time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.